Hey, it's Marshall Tingle with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside report for this past week, the week of April 24th through the 30th. So we had a really nice week as far as how cattle traded across your auction markets through the state of Kentucky this week. We sold 22,460 head of cattle across the state, and that's pretty much on par from how it has been last week. You're up a little bit there, but as far as a whole, though, if you compare that to this time last year, you're up 5,000, actually a little bit over 5,000 head, more than we traded this time last year. So it just goes to show you that with all the things that's been going on around us the last couple of months, that your spring runs are coming just a little bit later, but we're still seeing some really nice runs of cattle come through these barns. Now, let's talk about how the cattle are trading. So as far as feeder steers and heifers are concerned, they're going to be steady to $4 higher. And they did say that some places, in some instances on the back half of the week, that you did see $2 to $4 lower. I think that just kind of depended on where you were at, but it seems like when you look at the CME feeder cattle index as well, it pretty much all took a little bit of a drop on the back half of the week. Now, as far as right here in the middle of central Kentucky, I didn't see a whole lot of it, but as a whole, there was just a $2 to $4 drop in some instances, some places on the back half of the week. Now, let's talk about your yearling cattle market. So your yearling cattle are going to be unevenly steady, but a solid demand on those cattle going all the way through. So that's a really solid sign. Let's talk about these lightweight steer cattle now. So your full-weight steer cattle, $1.60 to $2. They topped out the market at looks like $212.50. Then on your 5-weight steer cattle, you're looking at $1.45 to $1.90, but I'd say most of those cattle could be bought in that $1.80 to $1.85 range, which is pretty good. That's good numbers. But now here's one little set that I really want to talk about. They kind of make me proud. I won't go all the way into the 6-weight cattle, but here's a real outstanding set here. Here's 12 head. They average 612 pounds on the average at $1.91 flat. That's rocking for a 6-weight steer. But anyhow, let's talk about these bigger cattle now. You're still kind of seeing the same trend here on your heavy 7s and 8-weight cattle, where if they're on the front side of 850, they're trading pretty solid, pretty close to your CME feeder cattle index. It seems like if you cross that 850 mark to 851, that's when you start to see a little bit of a decline. Let's talk about these prices. So here's 61 head of these. These are all black steers, 777 pounds on the average at $1.59. Now here's some heavier set. Here's 68 head of these. These are all blacks, 839 pounds on the average at $152 flat. And then here's some heavier ones. Now these have got a little bit of Charolais influence to them. They're going to be Charolais cross steers with a touch of black, but not crazily bad. Here's 57 head of these. Charolais cross with a touch of black in them. Steers, 887 pounds on the average at $147 flat. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about, that trend there. Once you cross that 850 mark, then you start to see about a nickel or better decline on your price per 100. But let's talk about the CME feeder cattle index. So like I said, CME was pretty strong through the first half of the week. You did see a slight decline on Thursday and Friday, but let's talk about this. So Monday the 25th, you're looking at 156.12. Tuesday the 26th, you're looking at 156.21. Wednesday the 27th, you're looking at 156.36. Thursday the 28th, 155.64. And we closed out the week Friday the 29th at 155.24. So not bad, just a little bit of fluctuation and a slight drop. But now listen, your live cattle futures on Monday and your fat cattle futures on Monday were up drastically, and corn was down. So it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out as we go into this next week. Now, we always talk about these LRP policies, livestock risk protection policies. They just came out with some updates, and they're pretty drastic and pretty good. We won't go all the way in depth to them, but just here's one little note I want to make to you. Your head count per endorsement is increased. So now you can have up to 12,000 head per endorsement and up to 25,000 per crop year. So that's a really good sign. So if you have any questions about these updates, or you have any questions about a livestock risk protection policy, feel free to reach out to us. Better yet, I tell you what, Ian's going to be out at the Clark County Cattlemen's this afternoon at 6 o'clock this evening. Come out and see us. We'd love to visit and fellowship with you and talk a little bit about our policies or any ways that we can help you with your livestock operation as far as risk management is concerned. But that's tonight at 6 o'clock. Ian will be there at the Clark County Cattlemen's. But if you can't make it tonight, we really wish you could. If you can't make it tonight, feel free to reach out to us. It's Superior Ag Insurance. Reach out to us, Ian Thomas, at 859-613-2453, or call Damon Reed at 859-200-9188, or look us up on the web, www.superioragins.com. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you this evening.